We are leaving Snoqualmie Pass. We've taken far too long as rest here. 2 and a bit days. So there was a shit ton of rain yesterday, so it's been less pleasant, so we've been hiding. It's gonna rain today because it's Washington, but the rain hopefully won't be too bad, so we're hiking out. We just gotta man up and do it. We've put a bit more effort into waterproofing our stuff, so see how it goes. So we're leaving town on our way to Stevens Pass, which should be about 2.5 days, and hopefully some views and less rain, but who knows. Anyway, thank you for watching. This might be our last section, so enjoy. We will try, and we'll take it from there. Say hi, Andy. Leaving Snoqualmie Pass, we have taken the Gold Mares alternate because it gives us this really cool view of Snow Lake. It's a lot worse graded. It's very rocky, quite steep, but it is 10 miles shorter, so pros and cons. Captain and Nibbles from the Sierras are also with us, but they're ahead of us somewhere down there. We're back with Nibbles and Captain after a really long time without them. So,
hooray!
And Nibbles looks like a madman. It's brilliant. There is a lot of fun being had on switchbacks on this rock field. Nibbles is super happy with this. But the view, when the clouds clear, is awesome.
That's not orange, that's peach? It's like orange.
The hunchback of the PCT.
Ooh, salmon.
Yeah. I'm like a piece of salmon.
You're just a piece of meat to us, Nibbles.
The real problem with alternates is trail maintenance is sometimes not ideal. This is Thunder Creek, and yeah, great fun. We're sending Captain first.
Oh, we're making a walk across this thing.
That is a seriously cool thing. Just crap growing out of a tree. Nice colours.
It's a children's game.
Yo, so we are still on the Gold Mares alternate. We did about 17 miles yesterday. It's about half seven in the morning. We've left Captain and Nibbles still asleep or getting up because they walk faster than us, so we thought we'd get a head start so we can sit down and have a nice break later on while they catch us up. It's not raining today. In fact, there's a possibility that the skies might be looking bluer, which is really exciting because it's been very damp recently, so it'd be nice to get that drier, but it's all good. The alternate is not as easy as we expected. It's not graded, it's slightly overgrown, and it's very rocky and so on, and it's quite wet, but it is super green. The moss is amazing. We're going through a really old forest, so it's quite nice. I gather the actual PCT is a lot more exposed, so would have been a lot colder and wetter in the rain yesterday. But we're back on it in about 8 to 10 miles and carrying on trucking. The alternate may have been pretty hard work with the climbing and the trail not being great, but it is bloody beautiful from the top of Dutch Gap. We just head down there and rejoin the PCT and carry on. We're now back on the PCT. Nice graded path, not too steep, not too anything. And the best thing, it's sunny! And we can actually, hopefully at lunchtime, get our stuff out to dry. But sun makes life happier. Just trying to race the clouds closing in, but the view is awesome. We got a beautiful lake, and actually right down there is where we filmed those deer just a second ago. It's a bloody big climb. The elevation change in Washington is no joke. We've literally spent the entire morning just doing switchbacks after switchback after switchback in like thick cloud. You don't even get a view, just switchbacks up and down the mountains, paces dropped. Not as fun as I thought it was going to be. Washington's a bit meh. Wouldn't recommend Washington. Morning, it is about 7 o'clock. We are 21 miles, we camped 21 miles from Stevens Pass, so relatively easy trip there, and hopefully our boxes, our resupply boxes should have arrived, and then quick rest and carry on to go to Skynomish? No, Stehekin. So hopefully not too bad. It's not raining at the moment, but there's a slight drizzle, which is a bit shit. Last night we were nicely tucked up in our tent, nice and warm and dry, and some decently sized animal let out a huge howl very, very close to our tent. Now I don't know if this was coyote, wolf, mountain lion, something made some really weird noises, and I've never heard anything like that, so that was fun. The best thing to do in that situation is just stay in your tent. So we just pretended it didn't happen, and it all worked out fine. So best thing you can do with wild animals is ignore them.
Good morning.
We are near the top of Grizzly Peak, which is about 5,600 foot or 1,600 meters. The view is awesome, the sun is still shining, life is still good. Here we are in the bedroom of the Stevens Pass Mountaineers hut. Everyone else is still downstairs, but it's very cozy and smells horrific. Hey, we are leaving Stevens Pass, which is essentially like a mountain bike resort. A lot of downhill biking here. We stayed at the Mountaineers Lodge, which for 45 bucks a night, really not bad at all. We're in a big bunk room with all the other smelly PCT hikers, so that room stank. But we got really good cooked meal last night. You know, chicken, potatoes, all that kind of stuff. This morning, massive breakfast, tons of coffee. We've picked up our posted resupply box, and we are heading off towards Stehekin. So it's a 4.5 day stretch. The weather window looks interesting. Intermittently good and bad days. There's some possibility of some snow later, which is gonna suck if it happens. But otherwise, ploughing on to Canada. 189 miles left, which is terrifying. It's lunchtime. I'm enjoying my couscous and salami and dehydrated veg in the sun by Janus Lake, and it is beautiful here. It's so good to have sunshine again. I know it's not gonna last, but I'm gonna bask in this as long as I can. Turns out Washington does have the occasional view. Hiking is slowed down dramatically by just bushes and bushes of wild blueberries.
Oh no, I dropped one.
Sunset tonight is unreal. We've got another couple of miles before we get to bed, but that's the clouds coming in and that's beautiful. A clear, beautiful day. I don't think it'll last, but that sunset is incredible. And still insanely beautiful. Yo, it is about just after 7 o'clock on the 22nd of September. We are still going through the Northern Cascades of Washington. It is, after a really nice sunny day yesterday, it's grey and a bit dreary. Expect a bit of rain later on today, which isn't surprising because it's Washington and that's all it seems to do. We normally get hiking around about, well, we normally wake up around 5:30 and then get hiking between 6:30 and 7ish usually. We were woken up much earlier this morning by another hiker making just a ton of noise and being super inconsiderate, so he started doing that at 4:30, which was awesome. Not bad views today, just a bit grey. See if I can get this to focus. Yeah, so not bad, just grey. Holy cow, it's beautiful, but the wind is picking up. Very little filming today because the weather's just grim. We've climbed, well, we've done some big ass climbs today. We climbed like 3,000 foot up one peak, then went all the way down to the bottom, and then back up the next one another 3,000 foot, which is tiring. And the views are meant to be sublime. And we're in thick cloud again. It's not currently raining, but it's expected to. And it is really cold. Like, this is some of the coldest we've been on trail in the last couple of days, and it's been really unpleasant. We're still with Bambi, Captain, Nibbles, my Bambi, and me. It's a good crew, so we're doing well. So it rained all day yesterday. We hopefully will try and stay dry, but we just got across this lovely bridge. The Northern Cascades are not as fun as I thought. They're just really wet. There's no views because there's clouds and rain all the time. But at least the trail maintenance for the bridges is great. We are now in Glacier Peak Wilderness. It is raining beautifully, we are soaking wet. Straight ahead across the valley you can see Nibbles in the far distance. Then we've got Captain, Bambi, and me, last. The clouds have cleared enough that we can actually see something, kind of. So found out why it's called Glacier Peak Wilderness. There's big old glaciers on a mountain that we didn't even know was there yesterday. It's pretty cool. I think we've got a big climb ahead of us, maybe going up towards that kind of area. I hope not, but here we go. Yo! We camped at Vista Creek last night, which is mile 2,535. So today we will hit the 100 miles left to Canada mark, which is cool. Yesterday was cold and cloudy and muddy and not a huge amount of fun. We got to camp around 6:30, 7-ish. And the tent site that fits 2 tents, there were probably 8 to 10 tents, so really crowded. We're just carrying on today. Washington is wet and cold. Wouldn't recommend Washington this time of year. I bet like a month earlier it's beautiful, but now it's cold and wet. And we've had a weather report. Hopefully it should be a bit sunnier today, but no promises. Here we have the first view in like 3 days. Finally seeing something. We now have only 100 miles left till Canada. Damn. Bambi found a ginormous tree. Yo, good morning. It is the 25th of September, which means it's my mum's birthday, so happy birthday, Mum. We have less than 100 miles to go. We've got about 9 miles to go to get to Stehekin, or to get to the bus to Stehekin, where we're going to pick up our resupply box and relax and rest, and then hopefully tomorrow get back on trail and finish this. Bad news, I think I rolled my ankle yesterday and my left ankle is now really big and puffy and swollen and very painful, so that sucks. That really sucks. Hopefully it's going to be a slow hobble to town, and hopefully a bit of rest will make a lot of difference, but yeah, this really sucks. I'm not happy about this. It's pretty painful, but it'll be what it is. Just gotta force the next 100 miles, so yay. Bambi's looking after me though, which is nice. Hello, you're not scared of me. Hello dear. There's a load of salmon down there, which is cool. Little fishies.